Hello, Celestials. Welcome to another live of me loving myself live in the mix for 2026. We are on day 31 of my self-love live series where I'm going to show up live every single day for 42 days straight. And we're on day 31, which means we are rounding the corner and seeing that final stretch. I'm so excited. I'm so grateful to be here. With today is all about believing that you belong with a higher love and believing that you belong, feeling more love in your life, allowing yourself to feel more love. Count your blessings today and believe that you belong being blessed with those blessings, and believe that you belong with all the blessings that are to come and have come before. You know, today is a day to stay focused on the love and to move forward with the love. And we are fully in Virgo season now. Not fully in Virgo season. We have just begun Virgo season, truly. And it is a time for clearing, cleansing, and renewing. It's a time to really look at your daily habits, what is serving you, and to keep those, to reinforce what's serving you, and to look at what isn't serving you with your daily habits and to let them go so that you can rise in love and you can love your life a whole lot more. I love my life because I showed up for me in my life. And I love my life because I continue to show up and I continue to build and create a life that I can love. Daily, I show up for myself. Daily, I am here for me. And daily, I continue to love and to show love. Today, it is raining bad outside. It is storming outside, so I'm in my office this morning. Typically, I'm outside in my front yard, my back front yard, because we put our, it's normal in the South, but we put our trailer, we live in a trailer, I'm not going to try to lie, we put our trailer in backwards. So our back door is our front door and our front door is our back door. So we call it like our front back door and our back front door, and then we have a front backyard and a back front yard. So yeah, I don't know. It's a Southern thing. It's a Southern thing. If you're wondering what I mean by Southern, I mean, you know, in the United States of America, it is kind of divided by North and South, kind of, because there's also an East and West that, if you don't know, I don't know how to explain it to you, but basically those that live on the southern portion of the United States, they call Southerners. So that's just a basic understanding. Anyways, all right, goodness. So today is my self-love day, about believing that I belong in this love. I belong creating a life I can love. I belong loving my life. And I belong counting my blessings and being grateful for everything that I have. Good morning, 6'7", 6'7". It could be 6'7". I love that. I love kids and their slangs and their things. I don't know. I love it. Anyways, I'm like a grandma, you guys. Actually, I'm about to be a grandma. I'll be a grandma soon. We haven't announced it yet, so I'm definitely not hip with the kids, but I am a grandma. Oh, 17, the new generation. Beautiful. Hello, good morning. All right, so I have been inspired to talk about my testimony of Jesus with basically people that have showed up in the live previously. They've inspired me to go down this road. I don't know if I really want to, but I guess so. If you want to know more about where I come from, what I am, check out the Mystic Hillbilly channel. There's a whole, my whole life story is on there. So yes, the last time I had seen Jesus, I was 11 years old, and he would just walk and talk with me. I call it the ascended Jesus. And then I seen in the Bible that this ascended Jesus has showed up to multiple people. And so I'm like, I think the ascended Jesus can still show up to people to this day. And I think if he's showing up to people individually, then it's not the return. That's what I was kind of trying to get out yesterday, but I wasn't quite able to. So yeah, today we're going to talk about my fall. So from 11 to about 14, I was really into the Bible. And I mean, I was a Bible thumper, and I was like way into it. In fact, I was also in the Awana Olympics, and I won medals. I have gold medals, silver medals, bronze medals from the Awana Olympics. I was like way into it as a kid. And then at 14, through a series of events, basically, I was continually being falsely accused of things that I wasn't doing, and I was okay with taking the punishment for a while, and it got to a point where I was like, if I'm going to continually be grounded and punished for smoking, then I'm going to smoke. I'm going to smoke. My grandpa smoked, so I went and I got one of his, and I started. And once I started smoking, because of the way that the church teaches falsely, that once you have sinned in any kind of way, that you're cut off from God. Your prayers are cut off from God. There's no point in even praying because it's cut off from God. You have to repent and come out of that sinning. And I knew that I was going to continue smoking because I did get addicted pretty quickly. And so I felt like I fudged up. I fudged up, and God isn't going to love me no more. Jesus isn't going to love me no more. That wasn't true. It wasn't true at all. It was just part of the false teachings of Christianity, part of the rotten fruit that Christianity is. But I strongly believe that. And so I pushed God and Jesus away. And I did that for years, from like 14 to 17. At the age of 17, I rededicated my life to God, and I was raped quickly after that. And I felt like it was my fault. And I felt like I have to do everything that I can to marry the man that raped me because because of the false teachings of Christianity, that if he took your virginity, then you have to be with him, kind of thing. Rotten fruit. Creates really bad rotten fruit. But so I had rededicated myself back, and I got raped, and I had to dedicate myself to this man. I was like 17 years old, and I didn't know any better, not like the awesome 17-year-olds of today, but I ended up staying with him. I had a baby with him, and after I had the baby, he had raped me again because he wanted another baby and I didn't. And we ended up getting into a fight, and he was like beating me up, and my 1-year-old daughter showed up to defend me, and he like threw her across the room. And watching her be thrown across the room, it hit me that I've got to get out of here. And so I ended up pregnant with a 1-year-old daughter, leaving the state and heading out. And at this point, I didn't want nothing to do with Jesus, Christianity, God. Well, I still loved God. I never didn't love God. I never didn't believe in God or love God. I just didn't want anything to do with the Christian God anymore. And I moved states away to get away from him. And I got into other types of religions. I started studying other types of religions. I studied all kinds of stuff. I studied paganism. I studied witchcraft. I studied Hindu. And I had the wonderful, wonderful, blessed opportunity to work with a wonderful Hindu woman who really was able to explain to me out their religion, which is very close to Christianity. They're very, how do I want to say it? Like the purification, the holiness, and that kind of stuff of Christianity it's in Hinduism, I believe. It's like they're like the superstition of being holy, pure, righteous, that kind of stuff. It's in there. It's not exactly the same, but it is. It's in there. And so So yeah, I moved into a time period where I was like, I'm not going to raise my children Christian, and I was like happy about that, like grateful that I wasn't going to raise them Christian, and I just I started studying other religions, and whenever I study a religion, I practice it too. So like, 'cause to me, knowledge is one thing. To read in a book that, I don't know, I want to say 1 + 1 is 2. To read that 1 + 1 is 2 is like, okay, yeah, I get it. 1 + 1 is 2. You have the intellectual knowledge of it, but once you experience it, once you experience like one pen plus one pen is, whoa, I got 2 pens. Now you have the full experience of it, and I've always felt that experiential knowledge is just so much better than recital or memorization knowledge. Like, to experience it really shows you. Thank you, Miss Salem. And so, yeah, I had a falling away for a while, and yeah, I think that's all that I want to say today about, we'll come back tomorrow and we'll talk about what led me back. So that'll be what tomorrow will be about, is what led me back. But for now, we got a cat. Hello. Kitty, kitty, you want to show yourself to the live? She's like, no. All right, beloveds, that's what I got for us today. Also, during this time, like I said, I had interactions with the ascended Jesus. I did have interactions with what I call angels. They are what I would describe as energetic beings. I've seen beings of like electricity, kind of like, and I've seen beings of like a spiritual fire. Like, they look like they're on fire. They're spiritually on fire or something. I've had encounters with angels like that during the time that I was not Christian, during that time. Yeah, I don't think I had any encounters with ascended masters during that time. That comes later. But angelic beings, they're not like humans with wings. They're like energetic beings, and they talk to me telepathically, like an electric being. How do I describe it? Because like, I can see it in my mind's eye, but I feel like I can't give you the words to be able to see it in your mind's eye. Like, I don't know, it's like a human form, kind of, but it's like electricity is making up the human form, and it's very vast. And then there's like the spiritual fire form. And then like, I've had encounters with angels where it's like they're huge. They're like giant, like the head, it like fits my whole wall, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And then it like comes down to size, and it just, they anytime I've had an encounter with an angel, it's been for inspiration. They'll inspire me to move forward, to help others, to do certain practices that will help. Or they come to kind of, it's like inspiration or encouragement. And it's not fully, sometimes it's like a compassion, like, I see you, I know that you're going through this and you're not alone with it. That kind of feeling is what they came through with me during that time in my life. So, I don't know. I do know that I pushed Jesus away. I did push Jesus away. And I remember whenever I was about 14 and I had started smoking, and I remember thinking, because I would do my prayers like so much, and that night that I didn't do my prayer was like, it was kind of like my final prayer of, I'm sorry, I can't quit smoking. I love you, but I know that this means that I have to go to hell now. And I was just trying to come to peace with the fact that I'm going to have to go to hell. And that a song, a Sunday school song came to me. And this was like Jesus's words to me. And these words, this song has come into my head so many times throughout the years whenever I'd just be crying, and like crying in the closet or crying on my own because of a horrific life that we have to live. So I don't want to sing the song because I don't want to have you guys upset with my singing voice. So I'll just say the words. And I know some of you might know the words to this song. And even the end of this song makes me kind of cringe where I'm at right now. But I do know that Jesus gave me that song because he knew that it would help me throughout my life, and it has. So Jesus knew that he wasn't separating from me. I was choosing to separate from him. And so at that point, it wasn't that he wasn't going to be there. He was continually there for me. It was that I wasn't going to let him be seen or felt by me anymore. And he knew that. He knew that he wasn't going to quit loving me. He knew that I wasn't going to quit loving him. He knew that he wasn't going to leave me, and that he was going to, and he knew the hardships that I still had ahead of me that I needed him in, and he wasn't going to leave me in them alone, and he didn't. But I believed that he had to, that it must be because of the false teachings in Christianity. So he left me with these words. I'm gonna word a song here, so it's kind of long. You said you'd be there for all of my sorrows. You said that you would be there for all of my tomorrows. I came so close to pushing you away. But just like you promised, you came there to stay. I'm going to try not to tear up, because this song has been such a part of my low points in my life. But just like you promised, you came there to stay. I just had to pray. And Jesus said, come to the waters. Stand by my side. I know you are thirsty. You won't be denied. I felt every teardrop when in darkness you cried. And I strove to remind you that for those tears, I died. And that song and his presence stayed with me, even during the years that I denied him, because I felt like I had to, because I was a sinner and I couldn't repent, because I knew I was going to do it again tomorrow. You can't repent to something you know you're going to do again tomorrow. And yeah, I moved on. So that's this part of the story. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. All right, beloveds. I hope you have a wonderful day. And thank you for joining me. It gets wilder because I am not a type of person to stay the same. I will change. I change. I've changed many times. I've lived many lives in this one. And I'm grateful for it. All right, beloveds. Thank you for joining me today. I hope that you can find your love. Count your blessings. Count your blessings. And move in love. You're the only one that can give yourself love in this life. You're the only one that can allow yourself to get love from others in this life, you know. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so grateful to be here. And I hope that you guys know that this world needs you and your love. So walk in love out there, my friends.